Hey guys, Logan here, and today I'm going to give you guys my review for a movie I went to see last night called Annihilation, which stars Natalie Portman and directed by the guy who also directed Ex Machina, I believe. What is the story for this movie, you might ask? Well, I can't really say what it is, or without spoiling to you, because this is one of those movies that I get to review and I think to myself, the story for this one particular film sounds pretty spoilery that I do not want to reveal too much plot details to what a film is about. Just to give you an easy way of revealing what the story for this film is about. Basically, a biologist played by Natalie Portman goes on like a very dangerous and risky expedition to enter the whole thing, a magical and mystical thing called the Shimmer, caused by something that has arrived on Earth, and she has to go through with her team of scientists and soldiers, and they have to go through all the things that are in the Shimmer, and then yeah, that's pretty much all I will say. So going into this film, I was afraid that I might rip this movie apart because the trailers for this movie made this movie look like it's going to be Arrival 2.0. And as someone who really hated Arrival with a passion, I was very nervous. I was afraid that I might do this rant video on Annihilation and just say that this movie was just as bad, if not worse, than Arrival. But after walking out of the theater to see this movie, I am here to tell you, this movie is better than Arrival. Now, does that mean that it's a good film by any stretch of the imagination? Not even close. It's actually a pretty bad movie, but I will say it is better than Arrival. So let's get into a few positives that I have for this movie. First of all, Natalie Portman. I only liked her in the first and second act of the movie. The third act kind of ruined her for me. Kind of ruined her character and what she's about in the third act and all that other stuff. Just based on the writing and the storytelling and just all that other stuff. I feel like she was wasted, especially in the third act of the movie. This film's cinematography, wow. It looks beautiful. This was a beautiful looking movie to watch. I must give this film credit for that. It looks very beautiful in terms of cinematography, and as well as most of the CGI. Some of the special effects didn't really look all that good, but for the most part, the CGI looked very good. And last but certainly not least, the concept was very, very interesting. Very good a very interesting concept. I must give the movie credit for that one as well. And what else do I have for this movie positively to say about? I couldn't think of any. So with that being said, let's get down to the nitty gritty. The story for this movie pretty much did make a lot of sense. Especially in the second half of the movie. The second half really went all over the place and got so convoluted, so confusing. I just found myself with a huge scratch on my head like, what am I watching right now? This is a really weird movie. I just don't know what I'm really watching right now. This doesn't really make any sense. What am I watching? And that leads me to possibly the last issue that I will discuss about for this movie. Or, yeah, this movie. I was going to say movie review. The third act was the worst part about this movie, in my opinion. The third act got really messy. And got so very weird, and it's not actually good weird, or a weird in a good way, just to be like, okay, this is so weird, but I am actually impressed by how weird this movie is. This movie is weird, but I am liking it. That really didn't happen with me in this film. If I really have to delve into one sentence to describe how I thought about this movie overall, it would be this. This was a beautifully looking, poorly paced, a mess of a film that just went so all over the place with questions that make you want to ask yourself and try to figure out some answers to give those questions. It just bothers you to the point where you're getting a headache from, like, this movie doing that to you. You're getting a headache and your mind is all mumbled and about to be blown or to explode, and not in a very good way. And you just want to not think about that too much, just about all the questions that this movie asks. That's what this movie felt like for me personally overall, as a whole. I really didn't care for this movie at all. I kind of care for Natalie Portman, and the CGI and the cinematography looked really clean for the most part. And the concept, very interesting, except the execution was not good. And I'm going to give Annihilation a bronze medal of honor. Be sure to look out for my review for The Incredible Hulk later today. So, yeah, I'm going to be, posting that video many hours after I posted this one. So you're going to be getting 2 videos uploaded today from me. So that's kind of odd. I think that's the first time I ever did that. Uploading 2 videos in one day. That kind of sounds hectic, doesn't it? Anyway, that's about it. If you guys enjoyed my review for Annihilation, please click the like button. And if you enjoyed what you've seen here and you want to see future videos from me, please press up there to subscribe and turn on that notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great week, Battle Squad, and as always, fight the good fight.